Dear friends, let me introduce myself. My name is Anna Deeter. I am a speech therapist and a teacher. I was born, raised, educated, obtained my master's degree in speech and language pathology and my very first speech pathologist experience in former Soviet Union, in the city of Sverdlovsk, located in the Urals Mountains. However, I'm especially proud about the matter that I am being engaged with for the past year. I am the first and unfortunately the only English-speaking teacher of the speech education program for elimination of stuttering by Professor Roman Snishko. Together with him, we teach correct speaking skills to stutterers from various countries in the Skype classroom over the 3-day intensive study course. I graduated from the State University of Education, located in the city of Sverdlovsk, Russia, in 1981. A lot of changes have taken place over the last 30 years. For example, the names of my country, city, and even university are all different today. However, in spite of all those changes, the knowledge that had been taught to students back then have not changed much. Yes, there have been some insignificant changes and additions, but all of them appear as a stomping in one place, circling around one big question mark. What is stuttering? There is a huge variety of theories, studies, and speculations about stuttering today. However, without mentioning names of stuttering programs around the world today, I would like to summarize the answer that they all offer to the stuttering individuals. No one knows precisely what stuttering is, but we can help. Don't you think that this is not very logical? If you don't know what stuttering is, then how can you help stutterers? I could never accept this kind of a response to the burning me question about the phenomena of stuttering. Even when I worked in Russia and taught my young stuttering students in public schools and special education establishments for children with severe speech disorders, even then I was never satisfied with my speech therapy results because of one simple reason: a successful outcome could not be achieved. I was teaching my students various breathing and relaxation exercises. I still remember these ridiculous rhymes that I would have my students memorize and recite during those exercises. I would try to use every method that I had been taught in my professional school or read from new books. However, I could never achieve the dream outcome of total elimination of stuttering. It didn't make sense to me how anybody who did not have a complete understanding of phenomena of stuttering could even promise any help in its elimination. That is why when over a year ago a small Californian school district that I had been working for over the last 2 years eliminated me as a quite expensive speech and language pathologist with lots of experience and education, I had to make a decision whether I should be seeking a similar employment with some other school district or begin doing something that I would become really excited and passionate about. And I choose the second option. That's when I began my internet search. I spent hours and hours browsing internet in attempt to learn about all stuttering methods, techniques, and programs that had been available in various countries back then. Using English language, I was able to locate a variety of operating programs in the USA, Canada, England, Germany, France, India, and even something was in China. Speech therapists, psychologists, doctors, all kinds of healers, former stutterers with no education at all were offering the same old approach. There is no cure for stuttering. No one really knows what it is. But come to us. We can help. To make it short, I did not find anything new or exciting, and I switched my search into Russian language. And as soon as I entered the word stuttering in Russian, a miracle occurred. I immediately saw tens of shocking video reports on YouTube. They all demonstrated the same individuals not being able to speak before the class and speaking without even a trace of stuttering just 3 days later. The member of Science Academy, Roman Snishko, offers 3-day classes in which he teaches correct speaking skills to stutterers and enables them in complete elimination of their habit of stuttering. At first I was extremely skeptical. What? 3 days? Stuttering? No, this is a scam. However, after watching a second, third, 10th, 20th video report, I began to see that there was something real there. As a speech professional, I simply noticed that Roman Snishko was not using any techniques. His students were reading, reciting, naming vowel sounds in words. That was a real speech work, and I became very much intrigued by that.
Именно работа с речью. И я, конечно, очень заинтересовалась этим.
So, after watching of 30 plus YouTube videos, I finally emailed Roman Snishko with a question, whether he would be interested or not in communicating with such a speech professional as I was. To my surprise, he responded right away, expressed his interest in general, but he also was skeptical about my ability to make things work. He wrote to me, "Go ahead, begin doing something and I will see what you can do." So, because we both were skeptical in the beginning, it did take us a couple of months before we actually started working together. And my very first step was, in February of 2012, I purchased the electronic version of the program called Etalon in Russian language and began studying of it. Surely nobody has ever given me anything for free. I was unemployed at that time, and it was not easy for me to save up in order to buy the software. But right after I did, I started working hard. I created my own website for English language speakers, started translating and publishing Snishko's articles, videos, his communications on the Russian Stuttering Forum. I started making my own video lectures about the science behind the method. And I began receiving emails from interested in what I had to say people from various countries. So my very first English-speaking student came to me at the end of February of 2012. We began our communication. He was asking me a lot of questions. I didn't know much about the program back then. So in a couple of months after our first meeting, we met in a Skype conference call with Roman Snishko for question answering, and to make sure that a Skype classroom would really work for our 3-day speech education program. And all three of us learned that Skype was great for the purpose of individual education, as it is so easy to remain focused during the Skype class. You are sitting in the comfort of your home and learning at your convenient time.
I must admit, there's been a massive change in my outlook over the past night from the third day of working with speech skills. But I feel right now that I'm quite in control, and it is kind of self-fulfilling, the confidence that I'll be getting in speaking. I want to get more experience with speaking in different situations. If I follow the instructions and I control my own speech and realize that outside influences do not have any effect in reality on my speech, and that I am in fully control of my speech apparatus, then as long as I go out there and keep speaking, then it'll just get better and my skill level will increase over time. And it's something that I will obviously continue to work on, but I'm very happy right now. Yeah.
Right after my very first 15-minute video report about incredible success of our first English-speaking student Roger, a chef from UK, appeared on YouTube, the message announcing that there is finally a real solution for stuttering problem spread around internet. Elimination of stuttering is possible in 3 days only on Skype without having to travel anywhere. So in a few days after the success of our first student, we welcomed the second one, an American college student, Natalie, who had been suffering from stuttering for 10 years. Here is how full of confidence and pride Roger met Natalie on Skype and passed her a baton.
I've never met you, but you seem like really nice, so you definitely deserve it. It'll be really good for you. Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy.
And the success has come to Natalie on the very first day of the class. Her stuttering has disappeared once and for all.
Last night and eating dinner with her,
Uh-huh.
I was talking so much and I wasn't stuttering.
Uh-huh.
It was really cool. And I'm already pretty comfortable around her, but I was just expressing myself a lot more. It's so weird. I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Good.
My major is biology, but I've been thinking about minoring in speech pathology. But I'm kind of nervous because I think they teach the wrong things. And I would just tell them that if they want to stop stuttering and get their life on track and start living more, then they should go through with this program if they have the money for it, because it is so worth the money. And I just think they should really go through with this program because you won't stutter like I'm not stuttering now.
Then we met Paulius, a computer programmer from Lithuania. He was seeking an employment in the country of his current residence, Netherlands, but experiencing extreme difficulties going through job interviews and obtaining a desirable job because of the severity of his stuttering. After the program, Paulius has not just obtained a job of his dream, but he is also able to express himself in 3 languages: Lithuanian, English, and even in the most difficult for him, Russian language.
Я могу сказать, что у меня больше нет заикания. Я говорю то, что я хочу. Taigi aš norėčiau pasakyti, kad kai pasirodė šita programa Facebook'e, aš buvau labai skeptiškas, tačiau rezultatai mane labai nudžiugino ir dabar aš kalbu iš tiesų nemikčiodamas. I feel really good. I don't have any struggles. I don't avoid any words. I just say what I have to say while I follow what I have learned, and I'm very happy with the results I made so far because I'm totally fluent at the moment.
Our next English-speaking student has become Camille, a bank employee from Canada. Just like all other graduates of the program Etalon, Camille has won a convincing victory over his lifetime stuttering and achieved complete speech fluency after the 3-day Skype class. Today, he can easily express himself in any situation in both French and English languages.
Donc, pour tous ceux qui ont le français comme la première langue et qui n'ont pas cette malchance, pas la capacité de parler correctement, je dirais que ce n'est pas une maladie, ce n'est pas quelque chose qui vous empêche de parler, mais c'est juste que vous ne savez pas que vous avez la capacité de parler normalement. La preuve est que quand vous êtes tout seul, vous pouvez parler, vous pouvez dire tout ce que vous voulez, mais juste devant une personne, vous êtes incapable. I went to the restaurant yesterday. I have like a good time with my girlfriend, and it was so amazing. And she was looking at me and saying, "Wow, something changed in you." I was like, "Yeah." Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everybody.
American military officer Darren has also been fortunate to become educated in our intensive 3-day study course and eliminate his lifetime struggling with stuttering. Today, Darren has been enjoying his communication with relatives and friends, some of which have never even had a chance to really talk to him because of the severity of his stuttering.
Now my goal is to always compete against myself and to try to make my speech better, to try to go out and to talk more. And whenever I get an opportunity to talk, I just want to talk to people.
One of our recent graduates is Shabir, a student from France. Before his 3-day Skype class, he was suffering from stuttering from the age of 4. Today, Shabir is happy to be able to communicate with anybody and anywhere in 3 languages: English, French, or even Arabic.
Le disciple qui est aussi un maître. Hein? Le disciple qui est aussi un maître, qui est aussi devenu un maître. Non, je te dis, le disciple qui est devenu un maître aussi. Mais si, mais si. Ça passe. Ouais.
My English is not good, but I understood everything Anna told me and Mr. Roman told me to do, so it wasn't complicated at all. And so, for those who speak English very well, it won't be a problem because it's very simple. He speaks very clear. His language is not sophisticated, and the program does not require sophisticated speech or sophisticated method or sophisticated orders. It's very simple. Everything is simple from A to Z. عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا.
When during the 3-day intensive course our students experience difficulties, we, the teachers, do not even look at our watches. We continue working hard towards positive results and never stop the class or give up until our students begin producing correctly 100 words out of 100. In order to achieve such 100% success, we sometimes use some unusual but extremely transparent and helpful to our students analogies and some tricks.
Неважно, в каком состоянии моя артикуляция, неважно, что я вообще не открываю свои зубы, но я все равно говорю.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Пусть все палец в рот сунет, вот так делает, вот так делает, вот так.
Any way you want.
Можно
Yeah.
говорить, вот так сделать.
You can speak like this. Yeah. You still can do it.
Это я просто показал, что все, что он там знал о речи, артикуляции, что все это было неправильное знание.